Hello, everyone, and welcome to Test Kitchen Live. Happy October. Tonight is a big night because we are joined by Doris Christopher, the founder of Pampered Chef. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Sandy, for inviting me. I'm delighted and excited to be here and to share some fun cooking with all of our viewers today.
Absolutely, and we know October is a really big month, a very special month for us at Pampered Chef and for you too. Tell us why October is so special.
Absolutely. October 15th, 1980 was the very first party. We called them kitchen shows in those days. And it was the beginning of what has been 43 years of an incredible business that is not just my business, it's so many people's business, and such a great opportunity for people to be able to have a business that is fun and fulfilling, and such a great opportunity to share with our customers and to give them inspiration and ideas and the tools to back up those ideas. So it's been an incredible adventure and journey.
Absolutely. Well, happy anniversary to
Thank
you, to all of
all
our
of us.
consultants. Yes,
To all of us.
absolutely. And to have this business that stayed so relevant and so special for so many people is just amazing. So we're so happy to celebrate. The theme for tonight is Fall Family Favorites. October, we're getting cozy, getting into the holidays, and we're going to talk a lot about stoneware tonight. Of course, our unglazed stoneware, and it is 15% off in October. So please, if you're considering adding more stoneware pieces to your kitchen, tonight's the night. Abby, what else do you have to share about what's going to come on tonight for the rest of the
Hi
night?
Sandy, hi Doris.
Hi.
So excited to be here with you. So it's not just the unglazed stoneware that's on sale in October, but also our baking mixes. So we're really excited today to show you some of those. And I'll be watching the chat, so make sure to participate because there will be some surprises later on in the show.
Sounds good. Well, what do you say, Doris?
Let's get
cooking. And we are going to start with the most popular recipe on pamperedchef.com, and it is the chicken and broccoli braid. I know so many of you out there have made it, have loved it. Maybe if you're a consultant, you made it at your first party. Doris, before we get started, can you share with our viewers a little bit of the history of this recipe
Oh my
and why
goodness.
it's so
Yeah.
wonderful?
Well, I think, first of all, it's so easy to create, and there are so many variations. So you can really tailor it to exactly what your family, what your guests would like it to be. So it can be a ham and broccoli braid, or it can be a turkey cranberry braid, or a taco braid, or a barbecue chicken braid. So you just vary the recipe of what you're putting in it, but the process to make it is the same. The other thing I think is that it's so beautiful, and really I have seen hundreds of braids in my 43 years, and they all look beautiful, and they always look a little bit different. So you can't make a mistake, and it's just wonderful to be able to create something that almost can become the centerpiece of your table or your meal, whether it's for appetizers or whether it's going to be the main course of a meal. So it's a terrific recipe, and obviously it wins the voters' choice here.
It's a
at-
crowd
at,
pleaser. I was telling Doris we practiced this recipe last week in the test kitchen, and then we sent a note to coworkers, oh, the chicken and broccoli braid. People were coming down in crowds to come have this recipe, so we get it. It is a crowd pleaser. So we're going to start with the filling. I just have a cup of broccoli florets that I'm going to go ahead and rough chop.
Okay.
And then Doris, you're going to go ahead and chop the red pepper.
I'm going to start with the red pepper.
Okay.
So,
And I love the red pepper in this recipe. Just gives
Oh.
it nice color, but you could probably use any pepper you want.
Absolutely, any pepper would
Really
work.
easy to customize.
So I'm going to use our wonderful scoop loop
Oh,
to
yes.
get the inside of this out.
I love how it gets the seeds
Oh,
kind of
it's
and the
perfect.
veins out.
It's perfect to just clear out those seeds and the membrane from the pepper. Nice and easy, and it's two-sided, so if you have a smaller piece that you're trying to work on, it works for that too.
It is great. Also for pumpkin season coming out, I know a lot
Oh,
of people kind of like to
great.
get the insides of their pumpkin out with that. And then you've got the food chopper, which I know the food chopper has been a Pampered Chef favorite for so many years, right?
So the food chopper it wasn't original in the line, but very soon after starting, we realized we needed something to help prepare all these vegetables. And, you know, people would often say when they just see you cutting things up, oh, that takes a lot of time
Yeah.
and work. The food chopper's the answer. It's stood the test of time. We've had it in the line for years and years. Easy to use, very effective, and easy to clean up. The whole thing goes in the dishwasher to clean it. So I'm just
Absolutely.
gonna start with chopping some of our peppers. And you just kind of get the food in there, and then one of the best parts is it's a real energy and tension release. And then we'll
So
start
easy.
with the next little batch.
Mhm.
I think maybe I can only put 2 of the, I'm gonna cut those down a little bit. They'll go in
And if
more
you have
easily.
that little lid, you can also chop things like nuts right in here without a cutting board. You can just kind of cut it right there, and it stays all nice and contained.
Exactly.
Yeah. Looks great.
Sometimes I get overzealous and try to put too much in at one time. And you can, depending on your tension level, you can chop fine, or you can chop it very coarsely.
Depending on your tension. Who has
Yeah.
tension at dinner time? I don't know.
Oh,
Anybody?
nobody. All right, we'll wait till we're ready to put that
Well,
in
right,
our
so we're ready.
mixer.
Yep, so we have some chicken. This is just rotisserie chicken, and we need to shred it up for part of the filling. So I'm gonna use my deluxe stand mixer. I love shredding chicken in here. You could shred pork or even beef, whatever you want, and it just gets it shredded perfectly and quickly and consistently.
This is a really slick trick.
Yep.
Using the stand mixer to make light work of what would take you longer, and trying to keep it consistent. So,
Absolutely, so fast. This is gonna, let's see. I am gonna put this, do I have it on yet? Yep, I'm gonna put this on just the custom setting, which I think it's already on. There it is, and it's gonna take about 30 to 45 seconds. You wanna come in and take a little look. Sped it up just a little. That's looking pretty good. And I love how I started it at 1 and on that custom speed. You can just speed it up. If your chicken's a little cooler, you might want to speed it up a little. If your chicken's really hot, it might take less time because it's already kind of tender. But this is great for mixing meatballs, ingredients for meatballs or hamburgers, mashed potatoes
Absolutely.
for Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Really nice and hands-off. So I'm going to add this back to the classic batter bowl.
Perfect.
And here, I'll add mine first, and then you can go ahead and add.
Oh, that looks perfect.
Yep.
Really.
Nice and shredded. How about for Thanksgiving? This would make great turkey.
Great for leftover
Leftovers.
turkey.
Yep, there you go.
Leftover turkey that you might want to put into a braid.
A braid, absolutely.
We used to do that always the day after Thanksgiving. It's okay for me to add
Yep.
this now. And then use cranberry and turkey and pretty much the same other ingredients.
Yes, I think we do have it. Turkey and cranberry ring, which
Ring,
is just
yeah.
so nice for leftovers. Okay, this is looking wonderful. And you've got some sharp cheddar cheese
I
that we
do.
grated.
I do.
Get that added up. I love the colors of this recipe too. It's kind of nice and bright, fresh.
And you know, we're mixing it in the batter bowl. That's another one of our really old-time tools. But I don't know what it is about the batter bowl. I think it's the handle, it's the spout, it's that you can look in it and see what's happening with your mixture. But I love the batter bowl.
And I like to measure. I love that
I
you're
do
able
too.
to measure.
I do
It's
too.
a whole 8 cups. We're going to add some all-purpose dill,
Perfect.
which has been around for such a long time, such a favorite.
I
right?
think that the dill mix was our first seasoning mix that we carried. And here it is after, I'm sure it's at least 20 years, if not longer than that, that we've carried it.
So pretty, too.
It really is. It's a beautiful mixture, has wonderful texture, and it's never overpowering in a recipe, but you just get that wonderful light touch of dill flavoring.
And that classic dill dip that's right on the bottle.
Oh,
If you're looking for just a go-to party dip, we've got you covered.
it gets rave reviews every time.
Every time.
Mhm.
Something else that's getting rave reviews is
Yeah.
our new garlic tool. Of course, the garlic press. There's a place in everyone's kitchen, everyone's heart for the garlic press,
We
right?
have the most wonderful garlic press if you're looking for a garlic press. But this new garlic prep tool, it's pretty amazing. First of all, it's so compact. It prepares garlic 3 different ways, and all very concise, measures right into a little container that's part of the tool, and the whole thing can go into the dishwasher to clean at the end. I don't think we could have anything that's a more interesting add to our garlic press in
I
terms
think so,
of
too.
ways to prepare garlic.
So a place in the kitchen for both, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
And this, of
So-
course, is our peeler that gets the peel off. Got a nice big piece.
Without your having to put your hands on it and,
Oh, gosh.
manage it.
There we go. Just kind of flies right out.
So how are you gonna prepare this garlic?
So this I'm going to chop for this
Chop,
recipe.
okay.
And I think,
So I think what I've learned,
Yeah.
since we have this new tool, is that the strongest way to serve garlic that this little tool will do would be to paste it. Because you
Yes.
get the oils and you really break down the flavor profile.
yep.
And then if you want it to be strong, but not as strong as pasting it, then you would chop it like you've just done into these perfect little dices.
Mhm.
And then the other way that the garlic prep tool works is to slice the garlic, and that would be the way to have it be the mildest flavor.
A little more
Yeah.
subtle.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
So much fun to have all these options available to us.
It does. Of course, comes with a little brush. There is this little plate that comes out to help you get all that little,
All the fiber and
all
everything.
the stuff.
off.
Yep, again, without having to get your hands all stinky. Okay.
And it sort of looks like a little air fryer.
Does it look like a little air fryer? Or I would say it looks like
I
an
don't-
old computer or something.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
Something.
maybe.
It's cool, nonetheless.
All right, are we ready for the mayo?
We're ready.
Okay, so we're going to use the Measure All cup, another one of our wonderful products that's been around forever, and it never gets old. It's terrific for trying to measure anything that's kind of sticky that you'd have to really scoop, mayonnaise, mustard, anything like that. But it's also fabulous to use for, let's see, I have a scraper here. For brown sugar, anything that's kind of thick, like
Mhm.
honey or
Yep.
syrup. With the baking season ahead, I think this would be
Peanut
important.
butter,
Peanut
yep.
butter. Oh, I'm a peanut butter person, so
Me too.
I use it all the time.
My
for
favorite
measuring
Greek
that.
yogurt. I'm gonna have you go ahead and stir that up while I
Okay,
get
great.
my stone. Oh, we need a little bit of salt, don't we? Just
Yes,
a little
we do.
dash of salt.
Mhm.
Okay, I think it's about half teaspoon, right, Abby? Quarter teaspoon? Easy peasy.
Oh, this is so colorful, and I can smell that dill seasoning. I'm kind of the messy cook, not the perfect cook.
You and me both. Okay, Doris is getting that mixed up. I have got my rectangle stone. This is where the magic is gonna happen for our braid, and I already have one piece of crescent dough out there. It's okay if it hangs over a little bit, and then I am going to get the next piece out. There it is. So this is fun. When you make your braid, you're gonna open up your crescent and you don't wanna separate the pieces. You just wanna kind of unroll it and keep it whole. And Doris, I know you got
Yeah.
a good tip for handling your crescent.
Well, I think the really important thing is, and it's hard, for any of us who like to prepare our steps,
Yeah.
it's hard to do this, but leave it in the refrigerator as long as possible until you're actually ready to do what Sandy's doing right now.
Yep.
Because then the dough will be the most useful. Remember, this dough is made to come apart. So we're kind of fighting, we have some good tools to help fight
We do.
that purpose. But waiting until you are getting ready to spread it, to keep it in the refrigerator. I know a couple of times in the early days, I would take it out very early and the can would actually pop because
Same.
it doesn't like getting warm.
Yes, it does not. Okay, how was our mixture?
I
Oh,
think
that
it's
looks
coming
great.
along, and
Do you
it's
wanna?
pretty and
Beautiful.
messy here.
And that means you're having fun.
Yeah.
Nice
Yeah.
and messy.
All right, so let's roll.
Let's roll that out.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna roll the perforations just to get it to kind of stick together. Doesn't have to be perfect, but we want to cover up any of those perforations.
Imperfections.
Yep.
Yeah, I think
Well,
I've
I
made.
don't think they would call it imperfections, but
Yeah, it does.
the seams,
Yes.
they're there for a reason.
So you kind of just roll it out to one big piece.
Yeah.
And that's looking great.
It doesn't have to be fancy.
It doesn't.
All right.
It's going to be beautiful at the end. Of course, we didn't talk about, but this is our rectangle stone. It's basically just a stoneware cookie sheet,
It is.
which is really great for cookies, for braids, and flatbreads, right?
So stoneware has been a part of our line, again, now this from the very beginning. So I didn't know anything about stoneware, but I encountered it in one of the showrooms that I was looking at to find product. And I actually took it home and I used it over a weekend and absolutely fell in love with how stoneware cooks. It's almost like a secret ingredient. You put the same recipe on it that you might have put on a metal bakeware or a metal baking sheet, and it will taste better and actually have better texture, better browning, just because you're baking it on a stone. So the stone is unglazed and it absorbs a little bit of moisture from the food. That helps breads and pastries and cookies to be a little bit lighter. It helps with browning and it keeps things from burning. So all of those are great benefits to baking. And so this rectangle sized stone is no exception to any of our unglazed stoneware. It's all
Absolutely.
going to have that wonderful capability. And you know, I think you use it for all kinds of things, for appetizers, for pizza, for breads. It's cookies, of course.
Yes.
Sometimes at holiday time, if I'm baking a lot of cookies, you know, I'll just end up using a couple cookie sheets and stoneware. And I can tell which cookies were baked on the stoneware. And my
Yes.
children can as well. So I really like to bake most things on stoneware. It just gives you that sort of plus.
I agree.
know.
It's definitely your little secret weapon in the kitchen,
I think
especially
so.
with baking and
Yeah.
meal making.
Yep.
So
You're gonna put the filling
yeah, I'm
out?
gonna put the filling in.
Okay.
And while I do that, you can watch me doing that. But now that we have Doris here, we gotta put her on the spot a little bit and ask. You know, you kind of shared how stoneware is a secret weapon in the kitchen, but why do you think it's kind of stood that test of time? Pampered Chef now has so many different product innovations to help people in the kitchen, but how has stoneware really?
You know, really, it is the simplest product. I mean, you know, if you think about metal bakeware is probably the simplest form of a surface that you would put in your oven to bake something. So stoneware, it's very simple. There's nothing complicated about it. There's nothing, you know, there are no levers. There's nothing
Yep.
that you're going to do. No, you don't prepare it in a different way. You simply put whatever it is you're going to put on a surface to bake on stoneware. It absorbs a little moisture from whatever is baking. It tends to season over time, and I think part of it is the consistent heat that it provides, and the temperature of it doesn't fluctuate. A metal pan, almost any metal pan, is going to cause some fluctuation in temperature on the surface, and that impacts your bakeware. I was very blessed to have a mom who was a great cook and a mother-in-law who was a great cook. And I always felt that both of them had sort of some secrets to their success. So I never fully understood the secrets of those successes, but for me, in my generation, it's been stoneware. Stoneware is the secret extra ingredient that I can, extra kind of tool that I can use to make my cooking spectacular. So I take advantage of it anytime that I can.
You guys heard it straight from Doris. If you're looking for a little secret weapon, especially as we get into the holiday season, please ask your Pampered Chef consultant on about maybe which piece of stoneware is best for you. Obviously, our pizza stone is a classic. We're going to be making a cookie on our medium cookie stone. You really can't go wrong, though.
Well,
right?
and especially this month when it's on sale.
Yes.
This is the perfect time. If you're going to buy it any time, but if you can buy it when it's on sale, that makes great sense.
Absolutely. So who wants to do the honors? Do you want to get it started?
Sure.
Okay,
So
I'm going to
here's
slide
the
it over a
thing-
little.
Here's the thing about these. There's no magic to it. And basically what we want to do is take the ends, give them a little twist, and then you take the next two and just organize them over this. Now, one piece may be a little torn, one piece may be a little thicker than another. None of those things matter, because what's going to happen is this is going to rise up. I'm also going to seal up the end a little bit. But I'm just going to keep on. Sandy, you put a lot of, I usually get tired before I'm done, and I just think, oh,
No, I
I'm
fit it
gonna-
all in there.
I'm going to do.
We've got a hungry crew to fill when we're, a hungry crew to feed when we're done with all this.
How fun.
That's looking great.
I've never seen a braid that anybody has done that hasn't been beautiful. And I think everybody has just a little bit different
Yeah, a little
technique to how
personality.
they do it. I kind of like to do a little rosebud at the top.
That's pretty, and in the times that I've made it, I've learned not to make it too tight. You don't want to
Right,
tie
right,
it over
right,
that
right, right.
because then it's harder to get everything.
And I'm going to just seal this end as well, so that we keep all that goodness inside.
So Doris, you know that obviously this is our Stone Fusion stoneware. It's a little newer. It's been in the line a couple of years, but our Stone Fusion is a little more sturdy and
Right.
versatile than our regular stones. And there is a difference. You could tell whether you have a piece of Stone Fusion.
That would be
or-
great, Sandy.
Yes,
Show
I'm going to
us,
show them. Here it is. So on the bottom of your Stone Fusion, you're going to have this ribbon or
Kind of
wave
waves.
sign.
I like to think of it
Yes.
as waves, but either way, that's what
So
the bottom
pretty.
looks on the Stone
Yes.
Fusion pieces.
So if you have Stone Fusion, then you know you're able to preheat your stoneware, put it under the broiler, and put it in the dishwasher. So a little more sturdy, a little more versatile. If you just have our older stoneware, still magical. I bet you've created a nice non-stick seasoning over it through the years, but you don't want to preheat that or put that in the dishwasher or under the broiler. And if you
Right.
want to
Just
clean
a-
it,
Yeah,
yeah,
just a slight difference in the way the stoneware is created, but both cook with equal properties. the same way.
absolutely,
I'm
absolutely.
going to start putting this egg
Yes,
wash on.
please do. And for regular stoneware, not the Stone Fusion, you're just going to run that under hot water. Use the scraper, the pan scraper that comes with it to get extra food off of it. Clean it under warm water. But with that Stone Fusion, of course, you can go ahead and put that in the dishwasher. The seasoning is going to take a little bit longer to develop that dark brown color. We always say the darker it looks,
Yeah, I
the
was gonna
better
say,
it
what do we
cooks.
say? The darker it looks, the better it cooks.
But you'll still develop that seasoning over time.
Yeah.
That
All
is
right,
looking
all
great.
right, and now
Want to do some almonds?
Almonds on the top.
A little bit of a
slivered
crunch.
almonds. Little crunch,
That's
and these will
pretty.
brown up.
I like your little roses on the top. It's your
They
signature.
probably won't look anything like that when it comes out. But.
Well, that's the fun of it. Then you
Yeah.
get to see how is this going to come out.
I once had a friend who told me that she had one daughter, these are not my daughters I'm
Mhm.
talking about, who was not really good at, very good at cooking, but when she happened upon the concept of braids and rings, she just would always bring that, and everybody would think she was the best cook in the family. So the others who were a little more innovative and creative were a little annoyed that she had such
She
a
got all the
star.
credit?
Yeah, she got all the credit. For having
Well,
such
thank
a
you, Braids and
star
Rings,
with
for fooling people for all these years? No,
So
they
now-
are magical.
Now through the magic of,
Yes, the magic of Test Kitchen Live.
we're gonna throw this into the
bakes-
oven.
Yes, 375 for 25 to 28 minutes, and then while we get ready for dessert, I think Abby, it's time to share some surprises.
Yes. So we've had a lot of people ask in the Q&A, what are Doris's favorite products? And our surprise for you tonight is we're going to give you a discount on Doris's favorite products. So tonight only, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you being here to celebrate our anniversary with us. We have a discount code just for you, our live viewers. You can get a discount on these 4 products: the food chopper, the measure all, the mix and scraper, and the classic batter bowl. Tonight only with code Doris TKL15. Tonight only until 11:59 p.m. Central Time. Use it when you check out, all caps. Reach out to your consultant to get a link. You can shop in a party or on your consultant's website. And again, it's tonight only. You can get all 4 products. You can get one of the products. Reach out to your consultant for that link and don't wait.
That's super exciting. Congratulations to everybody who got their
I'm glad
hands.
somebody asked about my favorites, but those are some great.
It's
great
hard
ones.
to choose, like your children or your grandchildren, right? How do you choose what's your
Oh
favorite?
yeah, well there is no choosing.
There is no choosing.
There's no choosing.
Well, look at our beautiful braid. I think Doris was so right. Of course, this is the magic of Test Kitchen Live, but that beautiful browning, those almonds. Can't wait to cut into
You can
that.
just see little peaks of the pepper coming out in the areas you can see into it. It's pretty spectacular.
So gorgeous. Okay, so for our dessert, again, something on stoneware, we have our medium pizza stone, and we're gonna make a giant chocolate chip cookie with our Pampered Chef cookie mix, which I know you love.
If someone has not tried this, you must try it. It is so delicious. Has a really great vanilla profile to the flavor, and gluten-free, and you can make it vegan if you choose to, which is the way I make it at home. But I have these packages in my pantry, and I always make sure I've got enough of them so that I'm not going to run out. But I make a big cookie or cookies often using this, and I really
They're
love
really
them.
good. They
So
smell great when they're baking.
convenient,
Yep.
easy.
Soy-free, made without nuts too.
Yes, you kind of feel like you can put these out for anyone, and if somebody walks in at a party and says, "Oh, I'm gluten-free,"
Yeah.
or "I'm dairy-free," I can say, "Gotcha."
Gotcha.
You can have cookies, and isn't dessert the best part anyways?
Absolutely. And we love the little mini chocolate chips in there, so you get chocolatey bites in every
cookie.
every little
Yep.
cookie. So
Every
this is just gonna go in the deluxe stand mixer. Of course, with the holidays upon us, so much baking coming up. I know, Doris, you love the presets in the stand mixer, right?
You know, in the beginning, I really thought, I don't know if I will use those presets. Oh my goodness. I'm always trying to check which, what things that I need to do have presets. But perfect whipped cream, perfect beating of cake mixes or cookie mixes, beating eggs, beating egg whites for meringue. And it just is, you can set it and walk away, and then on to the next thing that you're doing. I mean, I don't walk too far away. I stay in the kitchen. But clearly I can go on to the next task that I have, and I'll go back, and I won't have to keep doing it over and over
Checking
again.
it, yeah.
It's done to perfection every time.
Yes, and we love the scraping beater because it scrapes the bottom and sides of the bowl, so you, to your point, you don't have to sit and scrape. And then I also like how it starts slow and revs up, so then all the things aren't.
Yes, you don't have a cloud of flour. in your
Absolutely.
kitchen.
So I just put 6 tablespoons of melted butter in there. I think Doris mentioned you could use vegan butter as well, and then I used 1 egg, and you can also use a vegan egg alternative too. And I've got the scraping beater in. That's good for when you want to mix up ingredients. The whisk is good for when you want to incorporate air into your ingredients, like for whipped cream or meringue. And then this is going to go on the mix setting for 45 seconds. mini chocolate chips. How good do those look? Yum. So I am just going to transfer this onto my medium pizza stone. And I think, Abby, that this medium pizza stone is actually in one of the new consultant kits, right?
Yes. So always and now we have 4 new consultant launch bundles available, and one of them is our stoneware launch bundle, which has the medium pizza stone. And in October only, when you start a Pampered Chef business with one of those bundles, you get a free gift, which is the rosemary focaccia bread, not bed, and our round stone baker. So that's this month only when you join with one of our 4 launch bundles. Or also this month only, we have a 5th option. It's our startup kit, and it's $25 in the US and $35 in Canada. It's a great savings and a great way to start a Pampered Chef business if you're looking to have a low investment, but it's still gonna have high rewards. If you put the time and energy into it, you can have a fantastic experience. And we have an offer that's available to all new consultants who join in October. No matter what kit you join with, you can earn our deluxe multi-cooker in your first 30 days. So that's super exciting. So many products and rewards and friendships and family meal times to come when you join a Pampered Chef business. Back to you guys.
All right.
Just about got this pressed onto our stone.
Great, Doris.
And then we'll pop it in the oven, and I see through the magic
go,
of the
got you
test
some.
kitchen.
That's right. We baked this at 350 for about 18 to 20 minutes, and with a couple helpers. We already have it sort of decorated, and I'm going to finish it up. We have, of course, our dual piping bag has piped this beautiful little squiggle frosting all around it. We have marshmallow fluff, Nutella, cream cheese and sugar, and some frosting. This is a really
Yum.
healthy dessert, right, Doris?
Yum, yum.
Right, Doris. So I'm going to start decorating. Let me first I'm going to do a little spider web design first.
Looks beautiful.
I know. How easy is this? Just steps up your typical cookie.
And I see you have some fruit there too.
I do.
so we
Yeah, I
can-
did that so we could get the healthy down.
Ugh.
Okay, let's see if this works. The pressure of live. Kind of looks like a spider web, right? Look at that. Right in time
Beautiful.
for Halloween. All right, I am going to continue to decorate, but we just want to hear a little bit more from Doris, and we want to know, really, why did you start this business 43
my
years
goodness.
ago?
Oh my
Reflecting
goodness.
on 4
Well,
decades.
So we are actually in the anniversary week of the business starting 43 years ago. And if I think back, my motivation was I wanted to find a job that was a fit with my family and a fit with my interests and what I wanted to accomplish. And I just didn't see anything out there that really was doing that. I either had to work lots of hours and weekends and times that were incompatible with my family, or I was doing something I really didn't want to do. And so I actually started thinking about what could I do. And many of my friends, relatives, neighbors, people that I knew would often comment that I had great tools in my kitchen, the things that were in the drawers and in the cabinets. And even though they might have more beautiful kitchens than I had, they didn't have those pieces. And I started thinking about maybe there's a way for me to kind of advise people, provide insight and inspiration for people who wanted to get in and out of the kitchen fast or to spend time in the kitchen and have great results. And I thought the right tool for the job was really the way to do that. So I decided to give it a try. Went out and did the first party, built on the business from there. People started coming in to also do what I did. So clearly, pretty early on, people started seeing that the opportunity to kind of create this job that was a fit with your lifestyle and with what you wanted to do might be a fit for them as well. And I guess you'd say the rest is history. It certainly served my purposes. When I started the business, I was able to choose which nights I was going to work. I was at home with my kids during the daytime. I was able to help them with things at school and be available. And yet I still had this business that was starting to grow, and I was having fun. I loved working with people, teaching them, sharing ideas, figuring out what it was that was their challenge or their pain point in their kitchen, and then helping them figure out what tools might be helpful. And stoneware was a part of the equation from the very beginning, and I would say customers were amazed and delighted. In those days, I remember people thinking, this is brand new, I've never heard about something like stoneware, so I have to really think whether I want to invest or not. That was the only drawback, is people thinking, do I really want to invest in something I don't know? But as soon as our customers started talking about the results they were getting from the stoneware, then customers suddenly were open to purchasing something that was unusual like stoneware, but also to the other things like the chopper and the measure-all cup and a great mixing bowl that also happens to measure, go in the dishwasher, can go in the oven, in our batter bowls. So many of those wonderful tools.
So Doris, when people started joining you in the business, what did you love most about being able to share that opportunity with other people?
So what I realized as people started joining is that we were really a great support group for each other and networking group. And everyone brought ideas of things that they tried. Everyone else took those ideas, made them their own, and were successful as they moved forward. So it really made the job so much easier for me when I had other people who were kind of my support group, were my kind of my friend group, people that just had some of the same challenges, and we kind of worked together to solve those, and together to grow the business.
Well, we are certainly glad you started the business, shared the business, and have stuck around for so many years to still share, right? Something like stoneware that's been around for so long, and now we can still share creative and fun
Beautiful.
ways to bring the family together and celebrate around the table. So I know Abby has got one more surprise. You're full of surprises.
One more. So if you have your eye on that medium pizza stone, again, it's on sale with all of our unglazed stoneware this month for 15% off. That's the whole month for the unglazed stoneware. Also, that medium pizza stone is part of our stoneware launch bundle. So again, if you're interested in becoming a Pampered Chef consultant, starting something like Doris did 43 years ago, with the opportunity for the bonus gift this month, reach out to your consultant for details. They would love to tell you about their experience, and I'm sure that you can have an experience that's just as great as theirs. So to go with that medium pizza stone, we'd like to give away some chocolate chip cookie mixes to 3 of you. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of Test Kitchen Live and part of the Pampered Chef family. We're going to be sending 3 of you chocolate chip cookie mixes. So those people are Nicole Commenda, Margaret Twayhughes, and Giselle Munford. We will be emailing you right after the show with your shipping information so we can get those cookies to you. So congratulations.
Congratulations! We're so excited, right in time for the holidays. You get that cookie mix.
Absolutely.
And if you loved this live event, we want you to check out all of our live events every Tuesday. Tune in Tuesday, ask your consultant, or check out the live events tab on pamperedchef.com. We welcome all of you to the Pampered Chef family. There's always room around the table. And speaking of room around the table, we wanted to do a little cheers to October, to Doris, and to Pampered Chef.
Thank you.
Yay.
Thank you. Oh, come on out.
Come on out. All right, thank you so much, Doris. This was such a fun night and such a treat to spend the evening with you. and
Thank
we
you.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Happy anniversary.
Happy
Cheers.
anniversary.
Cheers.
Cheers.